This is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Scoop News, and we're talking about the preserves of Venice. City Council met yesterday to discuss it. I watched, well, actually listened. It was on a different screen that I wasn't watching too much of, but it basically went for the whole day. They had Kim and Lori get up there from Fox Leah. They talked Longo from the Sawgrass, the HOA president there. He got up and covered some of his concerns, and so did a few people. Um, Basically, it just wasn't coming together. You had people like Gates say it was just hideous. How could you squeeze 118 units in such a small area? And it just didn't make a lot of sense. There was concern with a 30-foot deep water retention pond that they were going to build, and the impacts it would have on Fox Leah Farms. Um, a whole variety of issues. The turning in, there was no essentially a off slot or whatever they call it to turn into there, which brought up concerns about traffic. And they noted the traffic at Auburn and Edmondson there, where they have those flashing solar panel stop signs because they've had traffic issues, which I've driven by before and seen on several occasions. People like Cotero had concerns over all the stipulations. There were like 16 different stipulations in there, and they thought maybe, so I think someone said that they were contracting to creating an ordinance, but basically getting around the ordinance and creating this contract via stipulations to get around it, and who's going to basically go in there and ensure that all these stipulations are met. And they foresaw too many issues with that. So basically, they said, look, we can tell you to get lost, and then you can't come back for a year with that same rezoning. And then I remember Jeff Boone got up and said, well, it's this way, and you can work around it. Eventually, what they decided to do was to delay it. They asked them to go back, all the parties involved, and come up with a better plan. I don't know, I don't know if the parties were too far apart. I think mostly it was a lot of the concerns with the stipulations and basically working their way around ordinances with these stipulations. The having so much density there with all those houses in that one small area, the impact it would have on a horse farm, in which a lot of people don't know. Fox Leah Farms has a significant impact on the community, and their latest numbers show that it's even more than Benderson and the Orioles up there. So, how much do you want to impact them? A lot of questions were out there. And so basically it went on for most of the day. They couldn't get through a lot of the issues that they were supposed to challenge, so they tabled it and they said, go back. We're not going to refuse it. That way you can keep the zoning where you want it at. I think Hollick came up and said, perhaps you need to look at doing a PUD, which was mentioned at the planning committee level. Just a whole variety of issues that were and concerns were brought up. So they're going to go back basically and work it all through it and see if they can come to some type of form of an agreement that is more equitable with the parties involved. I think there was 4 of them, and something that the council will accept. And that's where we stand with that 118 home unit out there on Auburn and right across the street from Sawgrass, next to the Jewish Community Center, Fox Leah Farms, all that whole area there. And the delay caused them to have a new meeting today, which takes place in about 20 minutes. And I already put the link up on the wall. This has been Frankie Abbruzzino with the Scoop News.